Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jasmine Miller, and I'm excited to present my English 2314 final project titled Addressing Mental Health Challenges at Texas A&M University-Kingsville, a comprehensive approach. Before I dive in, I want to share a little bit about myself. I'm originally from Robson, Texas, and I'm currently majoring in psychology here at Temple. After graduation, I plan on pursuing a career in clinical psychology, where I hope to support people in meaningful and compassionate ways. I chose to focus on mental health for this report because it's something that um, is personally important to me, not just academically, but emotionally. Like many students, I've seen friends, classmates, and even myself struggle to balance with everything that college throws at us, and academically, socially, and mentally. Um, and I wanted to understand what resources our university offers and how we might improve them so that all students can feel supported and heard and equipped to succeed. So today I'll walk you through what I discovered and what our university is already doing and what more we can do to support our students. So, introduction. Mental challenges are increasing across college campuses in the US, and TEMUC is no exception. Students here deal with a variety of stressors from academic pressure and time management to financial stress, family obligations, and adjusting to new environments. Some students are first generation attendees, while others are balancing full time jobs or supporting families. These pressures just don't just affect their grades; they affect their sense of belonging and overall mental well-being. So the goal of this project was to evaluate what TAMU currently offers and identify areas that could be improved, um, and propose practical, achievable solutions that could have an impact. So, mental health crisis, scope and impact. It's important to understand how serious this issue has become. According to the American College Health Association, about 60% of college students report feeling overwhelmed, anxiety, and 40% report symptoms of depression. These aren't just occasional bad days. Many of these students are dealing with chronic mental health conditions that make it difficult to concentrate, engage with others, and even attend class. So the impact is wide ranging. It affects academic performances, increases dropout rates, and contributes to substance use, loneliness, and even suicidal ideation. When students don't feel mentally well, it shows in every part of their lives. And addressing this isn't just about therapy, it's about creating a campus culture that values mental wellness and as much as academic success. So the current services at TAMUK. TAMUK does have a counseling center that offers individual therapy sessions, educational workshops, and limited outreach events. Um, that's a strong foundation, and the staff there work incredibly hard. However, students don't take advantage of these services. Some even are even unaware of that they exist, and others are hesitant due to the stigma around mental health. There are also logistical issues, long wait times, limited hours, and lack of variety in the types of support offered. These barriers mean that even when students want help, it isn't always easy for them to get it. So these are the gaps in the current system. Based on my research and conversations, I identified four major gaps in the current mental health support system at TAMUK. Understaffing, students often wait 2 or more hours to see a counselor. which is too long if someone is struggling in a crisis or struggling daily. No peer programs. There are no structured peer support systems, which offer connection and support from fellow students. Faculty unawareness. Many professors and staff don't feel confident identifying or responding to mental health concerns. And cultural mismatch. Our student body is diverse, but counseling staff doesn't always reflect that diversity. Students may not feel fully understood if they don't share cultural or linguistic backgrounds with their counselors. Together, these issues leave many students underserved. So, for my first recommendation, it would be expanding counseling. This is the first step to strengthen the foundation. We need more counselors and on staff to reduce wait times, provide flexible appointment hours, especially in evenings when students are more likely to be available. We should also consider adding teletherapy options, not just because of the COVID era lessons, but because virtual therapy can reach students who feel more comfortable opening up from home. Research shows that when counseling is more accessible, students are more likely to use it, and this is an event. This investment would pay off because it would improve student performance and retention. So, for my second recommendation, it would be awareness and stigma reduction. The second key recommendation is to actively reduce stigma. Mental health carries a lot of misconceptions that it's a sign of weakness or something you should just deal with. Um, we can counter this with campus wide campaigns, social media messages, classroom discussions, and posters that normalize therapy and emotional self care. Um, Hosting student led mental health events like stress less fairs or awareness week panels could create safe spaces where students feel seen and heard. The more visible and open these conversations become, the more likely students are to reach out before they hit a breaking point. So for my third recommendation, it would be peer support programs. This is another effective strategy to create. The students would be these would be student run groups where trained mentors offer emotional support, lead discussions, or guide students to appropriate resources. Students often feel more at ease opening up to someone their own age who understands the pressures of college and life firsthand. Other universities have seen great success with these programs, like Active Minds or peer listener hotlines. These don't replace professional help; they complement it. And at Tamook, we could start small with one group or club and grow from there as students show interest. So, for my fourth recommendation, it would be resilience training. In addition to addressing crisis situations, we need to help students build long term resilience. That means that means teaching skills like emotional regulation, stress management, and healthy coping skills. Workshops could be hosted by Student Life, the Counseling Center, or even peer leaders. When students are taught how to manage stress proactively rather than reactively, they're better prepared to handle the ups and downs of college life. This is the kind of training, this kind of training is an investment in their lifelong well being. And so, for my final recommendation, it would be to integrate mental health into all aspects of student life. So it doesn't feel like an add on, but rather a part of the campus experience. This includes making mental health education a regular part of orientation for students, training student leaders in basic mental health first aid, and offering professional development for faculty and staff. It also ensures that counselors reflect the diversity of our student body and that services are culturally sensitive and accessible to students of all backgrounds. Um, when mental health, when mental wellness is embedded into campus culture, it becomes normalized and is more effective. So this is the implementation timeline. Um, Here's the proposed timeline to make these ideas a reality. So phase one would be summer of 2025. We would start hiring additional counseling staff members, and expanding virtual therapy options. Phase two would be to begin training faculty and student leaders on mental health awareness, and response. Phase three would be to launch peer support groups, awareness campaigns, and resilience workshops. Phase four would be to conduct assessments such as surveys or usage data to evaluate what's working and make adjustments. This allows us to build the momentum while staying realistic about staffing, budgeting, and student engagement. So, in conclusion, Tamuk has already laid some important groundwork when it comes to mental health, but there's so much more that we can do. And we have the opportunity to lead the way in creating a campus where mental health support is not only available but embraced. These solutions I propose today aren't radical, they're practical, research based, and student centered. Um, by expanding services, reducing stigma, promoting peer support, building resilience, and integrating mental health wellness across the campus, we can help every student not just survive but thrive. Uh, Thank you for listening. And here are my references: the American Psychiatric Association, Cohen and Williamson, and Kelser. Thank you again for listening.